Over the past number of weeks, Canadian security agencies have been actively pursuing credible allegations of a potential link between agents of the government of India and the killing of a Canadian citizen, Hardeep Singh Nijjar.
Everyone, welcome back. Today, we have some breaking news to discuss. In a recent turn of events, India has expelled a Canadian diplomat in what appears to be a retaliatory move. In this video, we will delve into the details, the context behind this decision, and what it means for India-Canada relations. But before we get started, if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss an update on global events like this one. A week after Canadian PM Justin Trudeau raised the importance of respecting the rule of law and sovereignty in a meeting with his Indian counterpart Narendra Modi, Canada announced Monday it had expelled a top Indian diplomat from Canada for the killing of Khalistan Tiger Force Chief Hardeep Singh Nijjar. Hours later, the Indian government ordered a senior Canadian diplomat to leave the country within 5 days, saying the decision reflected growing concern over the interference by Canadian diplomats in India's internal affairs and their anti-India activities. India summoned Canadian High Commissioner Cameron McKay to convey its decision to expel the diplomat associated apparently with Canadian intelligence services. Canada's announcement of the expulsion of an Indian official came shortly after Trudeau told Parliament his government was probing credible allegations of a potential link between agents of the Government of India and the killing of a Canadian citizen Hardeep Singh Nijjar. India said in response Trudeau's unsubstantiated and absurd allegations were only meant to shift focus from Canada's support to Khalistan terrorists. Trudeau, however, seemed prepared for an escalation of tensions, as he was reported to have briefed US President Joe Biden, UK PM Rishi Sunak, and French President Emmanuel Macron about Canada's action, and also as his Foreign Minister Melanie Joly threatened to raise the issue with her G7 counterparts on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly, UNGA. India-Canada ties have remained frosty for several years over widespread Khalistan extremism in Canada, but the Trudeau government seemed to take the gloves off early this year when it publicly accused India of foreign interference, an issue the Canadian leader finally raised himself with Modi in their meeting on the margins of the G20 summit. The expelled Indian official was identified as Pawan Kumar Rai, a 1997 batch IPS officer, who was handling, according to the Indian High Commission, Economic, Coordination and Community Affairs. Joly called him India's external intelligence agency Ross Point person in Canada. Nijjar, a designated terrorist who carried a reward of 10 lakh rupees, was shot dead outside Gurudwara by unidentified gunmen in Surrey, British Columbia, in June this year. While Trudeau cited credible intelligence to back his claims about India's involvement in Nijjar's killing, the Indian government said in its response Modi had already and completely rejected these allegations in his meeting with the Canadian PM. Allegations of Government of India's involvement in any act of violence in Canada are absurd and motivated. We are a democratic polity with a strong commitment to rule of law, said the Indian government in a statement, adding that such unsubstantiated allegations sought to shift the focus from Khalistani terrorists and extremists, who had been provided shelter in Canada and continued to threaten India's sovereignty and territorial integrity. The government also reiterated that the inaction of the Canadian government on Khalistan extremism had been a long-standing and continuing concern, while expressing deep concern that Canadian political figures openly expressed sympathy for the separatists. The space given in Canada to a range of illegal activities including murders, human trafficking and organized crime is not new. We reject any attempts to connect Government of India to such developments, it said, urging Canada to take prompt and effective legal action against all anti-India elements operating from their soil. While India has in the past attributed Canada's inaction to vote bank politics, Canada too has held for quite some time that India has been interfering in Sikh-related matters in the North American country. In fact, even before Nijjar's killing, Canadian NSA Jodie Thomas threatened to plunge the relationship with India into a deeper abyss by clubbing India with China, Russia and Iran while alleging foreign interference by state actors and non-state proxies. The decision to expel an Indian diplomat also follows Canada's decision to seek a pause in the negotiations for an early progress trade agreement, as confirmed by Indian High Commissioner Sanjay Verma early this month. Canada didn't give any reason for suspending the talks. Trudeau also came to India for the G20 summit, upset apparently that Ukraine President Vladimir Zelensky was not invited for the event. The New Delhi leader's declaration was also a far cry from his call ahead of the summit to hold Russia accountable for its actions in Ukraine. According to sources here, the Canadian PM insisted on a meeting with Modi on the margins, despite India not being keen, and was finally allowed a 15-minute pull-aside. On his way to India, he had said that he was going to raise the issue of foreign interference if he managed to have a meeting with Modi. As this situation unfolds, we will keep you updated with any new developments. Thank you for watching, and if you found this video informative, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Until next time, stay informed, stay safe, and stay curious.